And we are live. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AJ Dark here, hitting you with another video here on my YouTube channel. And in today's videos, or rather the live stream, that is, we have an amazing game for you here. An old school game called Lego Batman. That's right, folks, we're going to be playing Lego Batman. I know it's a little bit of a change up here, but you know how we do. We always mix it up a little. And before I get into the game itself, actually, what I am doing is let's see. Right now I am currently going through some stuff right now. I'm adjusting my hotkeys real quick, and then I will be right in. Alright, and we are set. So now, let us journey in to the game of Lego Batman. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Go a little old school, if I do say so myself. Now, as you can see, I'm starting, you'll see in a second, I have no Lego storage here, as you can see. So we gotta go back, new game. Here we go. Alright, we have entered Gotham. Now, for those of you who have never played this game before, give me 1 second. Let me turn on the... I do want surround sound. Just so I can hear a little bit better. For those of you who have never played this game before, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to let you know this right now. This is the kind of game where they don't actually have, you know, any actual talking. The first one does. But I will say this is actually still a pretty fun game. You can kind of make out what they're saying. Sorry about that, folks. I had to mute my TV. I had to mute the TV so that way I can continue doing what I have to do, which will not affect any gameplay audio. But, needless to say, we're still kicking down bad guys. And rats, because I felt like it. Let's see. Oh no, we gotta help that woman. That poor woman. Yeah! Better Batman. Who, by the way, is the best superhero ever. I will die on that hill, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. Batman is the best superhero. And for anyone who tries to say he ain't a superhero, bite me, okay? He is a superhero. Like, let's be real here. Okay, dude's gone up against Superman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, Green Lantern. Hell, there's a whole long list of people he's gone up against and won. Okay, Batman doesn't need superpowers. He's a superhero whether he has those superpowers or not. That's all I'm saying. And that is a hill I will die on. Think about it. This dude's enemies be always having powers. And never, not once, does he need actual powers to beat them. He doesn't need his powers. You know. And most people are like, oh, but he wouldn't be Batman if he was rich. And you know, I keep sitting here thinking, well, you know, Superman kind of wouldn't be Superman if he never left Krypton. Hal Jordan wouldn't become the first, well, he's not even the first Green Lantern. Kyle Rayner is. If you don't know who that is, that's like old school DC Comics. Yet, Kyle Rayner, actually, hold on, I'm curious now. That's something I'm genuinely curious about. Let me just search that up. Here, let me pause this real quick. I'm gonna search that up. From Earth. Okay, here is the list. Wow. No, Abin Sur wasn't from... Okay, Alan Scott. was the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Alan Scott was the first one. Kyle Rayner. Now he's a pretty common Green Lantern, you know. Most people who know anything about Green Lanterns, old school Green Lanterns, they know a thing or two about Kyle Rayner. However, after that was Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner. Actually, we saw a lot of John Stewart in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. You know, I gotta give John Stewart his props, though. You know, man knew what he was doing. But, in all seriousness, though, low-key, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking all the other superheroes. Just so we're clear, I'm not knocking other superheroes. I'm simply pointing out the reason why Batman, in my personal opinion, is the best. And granted, my opinion may be a little biased, just a little bit, but I also would like to point out that, you know, it's also kind of biased to say that he's not a superhero, because, you know, you don't need superpowers to be a superhero. That's a common misconception. You know, I actually searched this up, folks. And in order to be a superhero, you have to do heroic things. That's basically like what the deadline is. And I agree with that. Because to me, this is how I see it. This is why I stand on that. In order to be a hero, you have it kind of like this. Okay, so hero is a general term. It can be used by firefighters, cops, you know, paramedics. You know, obviously, of course. And also amongst the likes of superheroes. Or, you know, rather like Batman, you know, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. We can't forget Wonder Woman. We gotta give props to Wonder Woman. Gotta do what we gotta do. And Hawk Girl. But, you know, I think, in all honesty, people just overlook Batman because they see him as kind of like, you know, just, oh, he's just a rich asshole in a rubber suit who beats up guys. And I'm like, if you've ever actually bothered to, like, look into the character itself, you realize there's so much more to his character. Yeah, the trauma kind of gets you down a little bit, because, like, anyone who knows anything about Batman knows, like, he is just a traumatic person, you know, like, he's had a lot of trauma in his life, as all do superheroes. All good superheroes have an element of tragedy in their life. It was actually Joker who said it best. I always find that an element of tragedy, you know, makes a hero. Now, I'm paraphrasing, not quoting it, I'm paraphrasing it. But basically, Joker was basically stating that, you know, heroes and villains are born out of tragedy. You know, a good example of this is literally Batman and Joker. Now, Joker's tragedy and Batman's tragedy are actually a lot similar than you would think. Most people don't know this, but if you know anything about Joker's real identity, his real name is Jack Napier. Or at least one of the Jokers is. In continuity, there's technically 3, and it's like a whole situation. Batman sat on this all-knowing chair and basically asked who the Joker's name was. It said which one. There are 3. You know how, you know, there's like a whole story behind it. It's not just, you know, one and done. You know how that goes. But basically, Joker's origin story, most people think, oh, he was fighting Batman, he got dumped in a bit of chemicals, and that was it. And there's a lot more to it than that, you know. There's more to be fleshed out. Most people don't realize this, but you gotta flesh the character out a little bit, you know? You can't just leave him hanging. So I'm gonna flesh out the character a little bit for you, because not everyone's gonna know the story. So basically, the way it worked was like this. There was a man by the name Jack Napier who worked at Ace Chemicals. Right? Now what happened is basically he quit his job to pursue comedy. And, you know, of course, his wife being supportive, because she wants to support him, it's like, you know, okay, whatever. But at the same time, he needs to come up with money. And so what does he do? So he decides to run he decides to run a mission with some thugs. They're trying to break into the shop next to the Ace Chemicals. Now, I don't remember what the shop was, but Ace Chemicals was next to this, like, high-end shop. And, basically what happened was, Joker has to wear the Red Hood suit. And they do this to kind of preserve the identity of, you know, who he is, but also, basically, they need someone to take the fall should something go down. Which is, of course, you know how it is. We all know how heists like that go. So, long story short, Batman shows up to foil it, because of course he does. And Joker falls in the vat of chemicals. Now, he's trying to, if you watch The Killing Joke, all he's trying to do is simply take the helmet off. What he doesn't realize is that in attempting to do so, he was going to fall in that chemical vat. Now, the vat of chemicals actually isn't what made him insane. It was the disfigurement. Because, you know, he's green, he's, you know, all that. I don't know about you, but not many people can, in all honesty, say that they wouldn't react the same way. So. And I just kind of like that lesson that Batman and Joker give you. How it's a whole, you know, realization of all it takes is one bad day to make the decision between hero and villain. And because that's all it really takes, you know? That's all it is the one bad day. And, yeah, it's sad, but it's the truth. So, and with that, we completed the mission. You know, I realized that was a bit of a ramble. I won't pretend like I didn't just ramble on, but, you know, it's okay.
Guys get to see you have to pay.
Let's get into it. Now, who are we fighting next? Oh, I guess it's a new save. Mr. Freeze. So that's what I love about this one, is that it gives you like a little detail about each of the supervillains. Come on now. Come on, Robin. I always look at that and laugh, because it's just kind of funny to me that they did Robin like that. You know, they treat him like he's this dumb sidekick. But let's be real. Anyone who knows anything about this particular version of Robin, this is the Tim Drake one. This is the one that replaced Batman temporarily as the world's greatest detective in the comics when Batman was thought to be dead. Which, fun fact, if you didn't know, in one of the comic book series, Ra's al Ghul, as you know, he often refers to Batman as the world's greatest detective, or simply the detective. You know, and in one of the later comic books, he starts referring to Tim Drake as the detective, or the world's greatest detective. You know, formerly the world's second greatest detective, now currently the world's greatest detective. And I love that, but I also, because let's be real, one of the Robins had to become the world's greatest detective. That's just a given. You can't not have them train under Batman and none of them become the greatest detective, you know? But at the same time, I kind of wish it had been, you know, Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing. I mean, that's just me, though, because, don't get me wrong, I've always loved Robin. You know, Robin's just, like, an awesome character. In fact, it was because of this game that I got into superheroes. You know, this was my big moment. You know, this is where I started learning, you know, about superheroes and Batman and whatnot, you know, and kind of where Batman became really an idol for me. You know, I can actually relate to Batman in a lot of ways, you know, I mean, it's hard to explain, and I won't get into any specifics of why, but, you know, it's nice on a sentimental level, and I also love that, you know, watching Robin be up there, anything from Teen Titans to this, just kind of, it was that, you know, ideology of, I believe I can do anything I set my mind to, and, you know, obviously watching a kid superhero when I was a kid, you know, just swinging across rooftops, taking down bad guys, you know, just being a real hero, that kind of thing, you know, stuck with me. And I won't lie, it wasn't the only thing that warped my personality, because when I was a kid, I was also playing, you know, Call of Duty games. Fun fact, I was actually playing on the original Xbox back in the day, so, you know. Oh, don't tell me they released more. Now see, this really ain't too hard to figure out. You just like flip it twice. As long as it matches the other side, you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, it was honestly this game right here that did a lot of how would you put it? Honestly, it was this game that did a lot of the, you know, superhero kind of molding for me, as it were. You know, when it came to superheroes, this was it, man. Let me tell you, I love playing this game because, you know, it was so much fun to play with my siblings. You know, granted, we were also playing it on the PlayStation 2, and you know, it was a fun game to play. You know, I mean, it's hard not to when you're playing it with someone else, and you're just like, yeah, let's do the next mission. You know, let's do it. You know, it's kind of fun. You know, and what I love most about it is that it got better by the second round. You know, the second one, just complete 180, you know, and in a good way, I mean, because you didn't necessarily need to have a second person, but it got even more fun to play with the second person. With this one, it was like, okay, yeah, I guess I can play it with a single person, but once you get like through the first one, second one's just kind of hard though, because this one, what I mean by that specifically is that, you know, the first one, in my personal opinion, will always be the best one, minus the fact that there are no talking characters. That is the only reason why, you know, the first one lacks in... If it lacks in anything, it's the lack of talking characters. But even then, it's just kind of like, yo, you don't really need the talking characters. So. Also, guys, I've been doing some thinking, and I think that, you know, once I get like a certain amount of subscribers, I haven't decided quite how many yet, but I'm going to try to do some merch. You know, I have yet to decide how I'm going to do that, and how I'm going to work that out, but I know that I want to try and do something along those lines, so I will be letting you guys know about that when I get the chance. Well, that kind of backfired, didn't it? Let me down, let me down. See, these older games take a little bit of extra, you know, oomph to play. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. So, cool thing about this, I'm actually going to be breaking this up into 3 parts, a 3-part series, or I'm going to attempt to do so. So, and I will be attempting to redo Black Ops and all that. And furthermore, I will also be doing something else. I will be putting in playlists on YouTube, so do look out for that, as I will be making it easier for you guys to find certain videos under certain categories, such as Black Ops, you know, and what's called, you know, Grand Theft Auto, Fortnite. I know I don't hop on a lot of those games anymore, but the ones that I do hop on, you know, you guys will have access to. I am going to be trying to hop on a little bit more. I'm going to let you guys know right now, though, I'm probably not going to hop on GTA 5 a lot. Unless there's something specific that you guys want me to do. But even then... see, now the real trick, knock him out beforehand. No bad guys to deal with. It's a small thing, but common sense goes a long way. You'd be surprised. Now, as you can see, we just slide. Oh, I almost busted my ass. And I busted my ass. So now we come over here. We're gonna just jump up here real quick. Boom. Yep. Now before we go down into that little hole right there, look at this. We got a little something right here. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it before. Just a little extra piece I figured I'd show you guys. I think it's worth it. Now, as you can see, you'd break through, you get that, but also rescue another guy, and you get another one. So just a little something I figured I'd show you guys, so you guys can refer to it later on. So when you guys play, because you know, if you ever get a chance, definitely check this game out. It is in the Xbox Microsoft Store. As for on PC, I don't know if they're still selling it on PC. If nothing else, though, you can find this in what's it called? eBay. You know, I'd be more than happy to help with that. Okay, that did not go as planned. It's weird. Boom. It's weird because you have to find the pattern in these games. But once we complete these missions, which there are 5 of in the first part, then we will be set for the first part of Lego Batman. And I'm gonna bundle all the Lego Batman games into one category. And I will be trying to do other games, not just this one as well. You know, I know it's a little bland to go a little old school, as it were. But once we get into it, I forgot I can't do that. Okay. Oh, that was luck right there. Now, see, I don't get why he flips that switch. That just seems kind of counterproductive. You know, I mean, I know it's just a game, but like, let's be real here. That's kind of counterproductive. See, that's the only thing I really enjoy about having a second person, is they can cover your ass while you're building shit. And then they take forever to slide it into place. Just to hit him with an ice cube, I mean, that's ridiculous. That's just me, though. I don't know, maybe I'm just I'm not thinking like the average gamer, you know? Cause you know, I've played this game multiple times, and I won't lie, I've completed it all multiple times. You know, I love the game. It's a classic for me. I'm not even gonna try that. Just watch. Yep. I knew as soon as I was gonna try and make a move. Now I make a move. And boom. And now it drops it on freeze. Now how many lives does he... We're just gonna skip ahead. Kind of doing a little speed round test of this. I would stay and, you know, play the full thing, but let's be real. If it's you and me, you know, we're gonna skip through it anyways. Alrighty. And we are continuing on the Bat story. So now, oh, not this guy. I'm not even gonna front with y'all. I don't even like this mission because it's so dumb. Okay, basically the whole... I don't hate the character itself that you're fighting against. Toothface is a very complex character, I think we all know this. But what they do to him in this mission is just kind of dumb. He's basically going on a wild goose chase with Batman. And it's really just kind of dumb. Because there's like no point in doing so. Like what? See what I mean? Like look. Okay, as you can see, you're driving around Gotham. And you're restricted. And your whole point is to shoot down all these bad cars. And then you gotta get the cars into the bat signal. And that's literally all you do the entire mission. Alrighty, sorry about that, folks. I am back. I had to respond to something real quick, but it's fine because we are back at it. Okay. Now see, it's this one you gotta worry about. You just literally hit them, and then you drag them. In virtually, that's all you do, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's this way then. No? Oh, I think okay, it's that part of the... It's the part right here. What? There we go. Alright, as you can see here. It's literally just doing that the entire mission. You're literally just... So just pulling them into the chopper, and then... And don't get me wrong, I guess to some people it could be interesting, but... I don't know, maybe I like a little pizzazz. You know? Maybe that's just a me thing. You know, just to kind of... Oh, hold up. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. So now, unfortunately, you have to get the... Drag them into the bat signal. This is the hardest part of it. But we still got his ass. Honestly, keeping him in the corner is like half the battle on its own. You know, you keep him in the corner, you're pretty much set. You know, something else I don't quite like is how they portrayed the Riddler in this particular scene, or really in this game, because they kind of show him off as nerdy, you know, and it's like, yeah, he is, but it's not like his only attribute. Personally, my favorite version of the Riddler was the one they did in the Emmy award-winning series The Batman, where Adam West, the original Batman, played Mayor Grange. I have to be honest with you, by far, my favorite version of Riddler. Because they also did a pretty kick-ass version of Joker, too. Riddler, he was edgy. Yeah, he was still the nerdy guy, but let's be real, he was edgy, too. And the way he was edgy, oh, you can't fake that. That was just something you could not fake. You couldn't fake it to save your life. Like, he was emo edgy. Like, what, for real though, like, he was angsty, but he was like, set the world on fire kind of angsty. I loved it. The same animosity that Joker has, you know, of setting the world on fire, that's kind of what Riddler had, and it was pretty cool. Let's see how they do Robin is so dirty. Because you can tell the dude, if you've read the comics, you know Robin is actually pretty smart. All of them are very smart. And just like, it's so different. Because looking back, in this version of Robin, you never get the chance to see that. You really just see you just kind of see Robin as the bumbling sidekick. And it's just kind of like, you know, that's not really how he should be, you know? I mean, well, now we got that out of the way. That was a hassle on its own. It's gonna be this one. Yep, I already see it. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. I am building the rest of this tractor. That I have no idea what it does, other than do that. And what I really love is how the way they do this, you and your friend can now get a tractor. You know, fun fact, this was actually one of the original Lego games. I don't know if it was the original, but it was up there. It was at least the second one. So it's just like really cool, you know, when you know kind of the knowledge that you know. Oh, and here we go. Look, I'm just trying to plow through some weeds. Like, I ain't trying to do all that now. Just let me plow through all weeds, then we can fight. Alright, I guess we fighting. See, I never understand why the villains never run scared. You know, like, have you ever noticed that? See what I mean? Like, they never run scared. It's trippy to me. And now we have Sonic suit. Now, what I loved that they did in the newer Lego Batman games is how they actually made an effort, and they did better with it. It just, because it can also glide in some of them. Now, granted, I know it's not supposed to be a gliding suit, but I just like that little detail they added. It's such a small detail that, you know, really adds up to the suit's potential. You know, Batman can do 2-in-1 deals, you know. Why not? Now we get Robin's suit. After we beat some guys up. Another thing I really liked about this game was that you can become a villain as well. Now, most people didn't know this unless you actually bothered to watch the original trailer. For those of you who did watch the original trailer, imagine that. Just imagine how old that makes us. Watching the original trailer of Lego Batman back in God knows how long. What was it? 2010 maybe? And then just completely. And what's really cool is if you leave the game on long enough, just kind of leave it on the loading screen, you can actually get access to the original. What's it called? The original trailer. And I think that's so dope because, you know, who doesn't love, you know, the original trailers? So, and with that, you know, we're gonna get back into focusing more on the game a little bit. Confused. Am I supposed to be hitting that, or? Maybe that's a freeze thing. That's probably why it's not working, because it is blue. We are literally one short. One short. Now you're probably wondering why I'm wasting time going back. And the reason for that is because all these little Legos that I'm collecting are actually worth a lot of money. Or rather, they're worth a lot of, you know, points. Checking to make sure there aren't any. You know. I did find the architecture of this game a little weird. Because you never knew about whether or not you were in a Lego setting or not sometimes. Because, look, a lot of shit does not look like it's Lego. But then you get over here and you see the Lego stuff. These are just some of the things I think about. While playing games like this, you know, and to be fair, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, it's getting a little late. So if I seem like I'm starting to get, I guess the best word would be stoner vibes, I promise it's not stoner vibes. Just it's how I've always been since I was a little kid. You know, when it gets really late, I get really deep into thought. My mind kind of relaxes a little bit. I assume it had something to do with my ADHD. You know, just something along those lines. But it's alright, we're going to power through. You know, we're going to keep going. You know, because got to finish through these first things right here. And you'll notice that I'm collecting a lot of these right here. Really, as long as I collect 50, I can unlock whatever is at the other one. See, and that's the machine that we gotta put it into. Let's build this up real quick. See where this is going. Alright, one shot done. Alright. Now we're going to save our extras. Because we could use them, but we're not going to. There's no point. I believe this is where Batman gets his heat suit. Yes, it is. This is where Batman can touch really hot things. One second, y'all. One second, y'all. One moment, folks. Sorry about that. I'm dealing with something. Okay. I don't get why it's not right. Okay. Yeah, one moment, folks. Come over here. Okay, yes. I have, just need to handle some business real quick, and we are back. Now let's go ahead and get back to the business of kicking butt. Or dare I say ass. Well, I guess not ass, because it's plants. Yeah. Alright. Oh no, not the 4 coins. It's always the 4 blue coins. You know what, Poison Ivy? Sit there. Yeah. Oh, don't do it, Robin. Don't do it. We managed to complete mission 3. Let's continue the game. Now, I think this is, the fourth mission. Got to get the barrier down. See, that's the weird thing I didn't like about this. It was just so easy to get access. I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm weird. Let's do this. Just another glider suit. You know how it goes, folks. Batman hops in on his glider suit. Come over here. What a real piece of shit. Like, can't I just go and pick up the homies? I was trying to pick up Batman. Yeah. Just in case. Oh, this is gonna be some bull. With capital shit. If it wasn't made obvious by this point, my channel is not for kids. I do not try to hide the fact that I curse, but at the same time, I will not, I won't, I won't discourage it, is what I'm saying, basically. Basically, you get what you get. Alright, now I gotta beat Joker. Not Joker. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. Gotta beat Two-Face and Riddler. It's always the blue coins. It's never the ones we don't need. Little trick, if you want to get kicks in faster with bosses like that, do a flying jump kick. It's a lot more likely to work. Here, watch. And folks, this will be the final mission of this part of Lego Batman 1. We will be doing 2 more parts, possibly 5, as there are the villain sides. I have yet to decide. I stand corrected. That was the last one, apparently. And when you join back in, that's the first story arc. That's not the full 3. However, if you come into this part of the Batcave and flip the switch, you can choose to be the villains, if you didn't know. Down here is where you can choose your suits. Of course, you got Alfred. And then over here, you get cheat codes, suit upgrades, all that good stuff. By, of course, characters. How about Batgirl, Nightwing? Well, we got the good ones. But basically, you can put in cheat codes and all sorts of stuff. I like how they did Nightwing, too. That's just, like, really cool to me. So you come back down this elevator. And then let's head over to the Riddler's Revenge. And this is how the loadout screen will look for the next missions. That was the one I just completed. So as you can see, there are 5 missions in each category. And we will be doing down here and over there in the next one. I want to thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this live stream of Lego Batman. You know, I know it's a bit of a dated game, but I hope those of you who can appreciate nostalgia really enjoyed it. I want to ask that you guys like, subscribe, comment, you know, do all the stuff you do in the YouTube videos and whatnot, and you know, spread the word. You know, trying to get more YouTubers, or rather subscribers specifically, to follow me. And the more subscribers I can get, the better chance I have of making this my full-time job, and I'll be able to push out more videos. And I can't do that without you, the audience. So keep that in mind. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.